Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
And a good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here inside Beatty Field as we are prepped for, that is for tomorrow night, but we are ready to go for Chieftains soccer here tonight, our first of the fall 2025 season, presented as always by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600 as we cruise along briefly to the S&S Body pregame show. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com. Dylan Funk here with you all. Denny will be back on the call with us tomorrow. We'll be on the road at Paola, week 4 action in football. Well, we got soccer on tap for you here tonight. The other kind of football just depends on who you ask. The Chieftains and the Cyclones coming up from Ottawa for a match that should be a good one. Tongi looking at their so far record this year, just one win on the books. That was always back in the second match of the season against Maranatha Christian Academy, where they won it 3-0. Outside of that, everything else has been losses or ties. Last time out against Baldwin High School and the Bulldogs, they dropped it 4-0 down in Baldwin City. And the two matches before that, Eudora and Spring Hill, both ending in 0-0 ties. So you're looking at an offensive stretch where they haven't been able to put a goal in. In fact, since that 3-0 win against Maranatha back in early September. And we're going back to Tuesday, September 2nd, so almost nearly a month coming up on without a goal, especially if they don't get one tonight. Will the Chieftains be heading on that streak? So the outfit's going to be looking to get hot tonight. They'll be coming in against this Ottawa squad. They're 3-3-1 on the year. They're coming off back-to-back losses, also at shutouts, 2-0 to Bonner Springs and 1-0 to Spring Hills. We're back-to-back home games for the Cyclones. Hate to lose those on your home turf, but now they come into Tonganoxie tonight. Two teams that are kind of jiving around in the Frontier League, trying to play catch-up with Spring Hill and a couple of the other teams. And this is one, obviously, for Tongi, trying to get back on the winning side of things, and for Ottawa, trying to get back above 500 in the record. You look at recent history with these two, ever since they joined the Frontier League, became league opponents back in the 2018 season. They've only played 5 matches since then, all in the regular season, and all have gone in, well, not all have gone in favor of Ottawa, but the all-time series favors them 3-2. So it's been a really competitive series whenever the Cyclones and the Chieftains get together on the pitch. Expect nothing less here tonight as they are meeting with the captains. We will step aside. We'll bring it back for starting lineups and first, the start of the first half coming up here on Tongi Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
Back here wrapping up the S&S Body pregame show. We'll be back with the White Birch Properties halftime show at halftime of this match. But now let's meet our starting lineups for Ottawa and Tonganoxie.
Number 2, Chase Howell. Number 3, Chase Madison. Number 4, Bill Colts. Number 5, Jeg Randall. Number 6, Jordan Jaworski. Number 7, Andrew Tuckman. Number 9, Josiah Nichols. Number 11, Max Bicken. Number 20, Satan Matthews. Number 29, Alex Stick. And number 77, Court Wilson. The head coach for the Ottawa Cyclones is Roland Jaworski, with assistant coach Vicky James. And now, the starting lineup for your Tonganoxie Chieftains. Number 2, Cody Law. Number 6, Carter Watson. Number 14, Jameson Reitzman. Number 15, Isaiah Manis. Number 16, Jackson Weedle. Number 23, the birthday boy, Lachlan McRae. Number 27, Thaddeus Heilman. Number 33, Pavel Leva. Number 34, Silas Lungu. Number 45, Garrison Sontag. And in goal, number 99, Ivan Franco. The head coach of the Chieftains is John Orndorff, with assistant coaches Parker Ost and Matt Parrish.
If that doesn't get you ready for a soccer match, I'm not quite sure
At this time, we ask
what
that you
will.
stand and remove your hats.
We are
and
just
take the
about
flag
ready
south
to get this one
to the
started.
field.
First half coming up
The
next.
honorary.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings Mobster Pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Hey, you ready to go to my mom's?
Well, I can't go today. I have to mow. It's probably going to take all day.
Well, that's too bad. Don't work too hard.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
All right, ready to get this one started. The first soccer matchup of the regular season here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
We ask everyone to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair play.
You heard the starting lineups just a few moments ago. Chieftains taken out on the field wearing their kits, the gold jerseys, red shorts, red socks. Always, it's the thing I appreciate the most about the soccer team is they take full advantage of the gold accents of the Tonganoxie logo, which used to be pretty prominent about 10 years ago or so, but ever since then we've kind of been more phased out. You see more of the gray and the blacks being used, but that gold trim, I love it. And the soccer team, baseball team, and softball team have also fully embraced those within the past couple of years with their uniform overhauls. But soccer, they did it first year, and they are wearing them tonight. Ottawa out in the white jerseys, black shorts, white socks as their away kit, as we will get this one started here. Whistle is underway, and here we go. That one immediately will be sent out of play, and just like that, ball boys getting their steps in early. Cleared out, and another one that'll go out of play here. Chieftains still within the attacking zone, looking to get on top early. The JV match saw the Chieftains win it by a score of 4-1. You know, the varsity would love to come out and try to replicate that exact result, but not if Ottawa has anything to say about it. Still kept in the zone here, trying to find an open man. Weaving away around now, a shot. And right to the goalkeeper back there for the Cyclones, Court Wilson. Easy pickings for him, rocking the green on green as he gives this one a solid boot onto the other end of the 30. As we go goalkeeper to goalkeeper, Ivan Franco rocking the pink on pink for the Chieftains. Good crossover move. They're able to get by the Chieftain defender. Lobs it over on that far left side. Whistles will blow. That'll hold things for the time being. Nifty crossover move there, though. Jordan Jaworski. That was a really cheeky move, if you will. Able to get by the Chieftain defender, but called the violation. Now they will put it away here. We'll see what the Cyclones want to try to do with this here. Be aggressive, take that initial shot on the goal, or just try to pass it along and find that more open look? I guess we'll find out here. And another one that's going to be taken in nicely by Franco. I think they might have said last off of the Chieftains there, so it'll be a throw in here for Ottawa. They're contested, and they will clear it out. Yeah, that one clearly off of the Cyclones. Have a chance here for the Chieftains. No, we'll actually still say in favor of Ottawa. That was Carter Watson. That was runner over there. Watson, one of the 8 seniors on this Chieftain varsity squad this year. Something that they haven't had. They've had some pretty good senior leadership, don't get me wrong. They've had a class this big in the past few years, so good to see them out there. +1, you got a senior manager in there as well with the squad. Of course, if anybody would know any managers that worked with any specific team all throughout any time at high school, it is a lot of hard work as time goes along over the summer trainings and all that, regular season and any postseason. You basically do kind of become a pretty intricate member of that team. Cyclones still keeping it on their half of the pitch here, looking to attack, get on the board first. That one's going to run away and out of bounds, not able to track it down. Alex Steit. Here come the Chieftains. Back on the attack here, but not for long. Going him off the path. That was flying in there late. Cody Lobb was trying to keep that one alive. Talked about Cody a lot. Obviously on Friday nights you tuned in. Also the place kicker for the football team, but had his roots here with the soccer team first. One of the many kind of traditional two-way athletes we've seen now between soccer and football over the past few years here at Tonganoxie High School. Actually, Jackson McWilliams being the one prior to Cody Lobb, was goalkeeper, one of the best perennials in the state here at Tonganoxie, now up at Missouri Western University. He's a Griffin. Another one going to be booted away here. We're just in about 5.5 minutes into this match. 40-minute halves, and if we remain scoreless, we go to a 2-minute overtime period. If we're still scoreless after that, we'll do it one more time, and then still scoreless, we'll end in a 0-0 tie. That is something the Chieftains have been very familiar with the past 2 matches now. They finished 0-0 here at home against Spring Hill. That was the last home match that they had, and then they finished 0-0 on the road at Eudora. Both matchups happening within the Frontier League. So I guess if you're not going to win a match, you never want to lose a match. So a tie is not necessarily the worst thing in the world, particularly within the standings and whatnot. But, you know, for all the players out there, pretty competitive. They want to try to go out there, get the goal, get the win, and wrap it up that way. But that has not been the case for the Chieftains. Last goal coming back September 2nd in a 3-0 win against Maranatha Academy. There's been some struggles for this Chieftain offense ever since, going last time out, being shut out 4-0 on the road at Baldwin. Taken away here, now up towards the center, trying to set it up for that Cyclone on the far side, but Franco will just step in the window and take that ball away. And now getting tangled up here, Cody Lobb hits the deck as he is tangled up with the Ottawa player. I believe that was Bill Fultz. Those whistles will blow there. It is indeed Fultz, number 4 for the Cyclones. Now Lachlan McRae will be ready to boot it in here, but not before we get, I believe Coach Orndorff might be sending in a substitution or 2. This will stop play here for the moment, or maybe it was just an equipment thing. I don't know, but here we go as McRae will roll it on in here. Had his man Maneth. He sent it over to the far side. This one's going to be poked away. 3-on-1, still in favor of the Chieftains. Out peeling around, looking for a convoy. Good job for the Chieftains recovering, taking it away. Shot and easy for Franco. It's a little roller, and he'll keep it over on that left side. McRae, slight hesitation up the near sideline, knocked loose. McRae still controls it. Up ahead, he finds that's Leyva that had it for a moment. So we spent a couple of the few minutes of this opening match on the Chieftain end of the pitch, and ever since then, it's been mostly the Cyclones that have been in control of it, not giving Tongi really any chances to make any attacks on goal. They're looking to change that here. That's last off a Cyclone, still in control of the Chieftains' overhead throw-in as it'll trying to go down the field. Is looking for Jamison Brightsman. Another all-league mention last year. Phenomenal junior campaign for Jamison Brightsman. Now returns, one of the headliners of this already mentioned 8-man senior class out on the field for Tonganoxie.
Drop! You guys are lost.
So now we just dip under 10 minutes into this match. Still nothing between these two. That's another good look there for the Chieftains. Just weren't able to make anything happen of it. Now another one that Franco will leave his box. We'll go track it down. Wise play there again for Franco, staying pretty well involved back there for Tongi. He's taking a couple of shots. And for an Ottawa player, they haven't had their best looks at it here so far tonight. But Franco's done a great job. Everything that's come his way, he's been able to deny it. So he keep it out of the back of the net. Ottawa throw-in and be taken away here by the Chieftains. As Lob has a hard time trying to handle that one. That opens the door. Caden Matthews for the Cyclones. Trying to feed it to his man, wasn't looking. Chieftains take it away again. So we've been talking a lot with these ties for the Chieftains, a lot about how the offense has been slumping a little bit as another boot can be put into this by Court Wilson. But when you're in those ties, too, that also bodes well for your defense and how well that they are playing of holding the opposition scoreless in those either. You know, it's one thing if it's a 3-3 tie or something like that, but the fact that they're 0-0, 0-0, if you will, while the offense might be facing some great defense, the Chieftains are also going out there. They're doing their part of keeping the opposition scoreless. That bodes well for Franco and the rest of that defensive back. Lachlan McRae pretty much headlining it for the Chieftains. Defensive men on this squad.
Substitutions for both teams. For the Cyclones, number 13, Noah Wilson.
Both teams will make substitutions here. Noah Wilson for the Cyclones will come in here, and it looks like it was Thaddeus Howman, number 27, that comes back in. Cannot ask for a more beautiful Thursday evening here. The weather's going to be just as nice tomorrow night down on the road at Paola as well. But, I mean, we're talking maybe in the high 70s right now, sunshine. I think the only nitpicking thing here is in the stands we have a little breakout of like some mosquitoes that are swarming everybody in the stands and on the sidelines too. You see a lot of players kind of swatting away at their faces, so not sure what that's all entirely about. Might have to have pest control out here at Beatty Field sometime. I don't know. Mosquitoes, just like everybody else, they're out and enjoying the weather tonight. Going into a beautiful weekend as it will be. Still looking for our first score here. See the Chieftains can get one through. Get a good shot on goal. That won't be taken away from Hellman. Right near midfield, able to kick that one back. It was Manis. Now a chance here, moving its way up. Watson, and that one just wide. So not a bad look there. Following it all the way off the boot was Wilson, as he knew that one was going to go wide of the post and just let it roll out of play. Both teams continue to make substitutions here. It'll be Andrew Huffman to catch a spell for Ottawa. He'll head over to the bench, get a water, get coached up, and be brought back into the game a little bit later on, I would have to imagine. Another boot away off the noggin of Brightsman. Now the Chieftains trying to keep control of this ball. McGray, laser beam, finds it, lob. Nifty move up ahead, looking for Brightsman. It went off his calf, but it goes right back to lob. Now he comes near side. That's Brightsman. Initially went off of Weedle. That first initial pass from lob, and another one that'll be booted, but out of play and coming close our way to the stands as it hits one of the rails and back over the fence onto the track. Easy pickings there for the ball boy. Brightsman trying to cross it up, centering pass, nobody home. Cyclones all over there, not going to stop him. Here's a second try, and a goal! How about that for Jamison Brightsman as he gets the Chieftains on the board? Finally, everybody on that Chieftain bench and in the stands can take a deep breath. There's the first goal since September 2nd. A great effort all the way through for Jamison Brightsman there. Kept working with it. Initially had that centering pass. There were 2 or 3 white jerseys in the area. They cleared it out. He worked around his man, cleared it up, and over on that near side to us, the right side, the right pole, if you will, of the goal, if you're looking at it from the perspective of the goalie. Left, I guess, if you're the attacking player like Brightsman was, but he just kept after it, and it was a narrow window. It wasn't like he had a lot of options to choose there. He went with the top right corner and able to get it over the goalkeeper of Court Wilson. And a nice goal to get the Chieftains on the board. Now let's see if that can maybe open some things up here for this Chieftain team. You got to imagine, just like in any other sport, when you're in a little bit of a drought or you're not able to see one get through the back of the net, that can cause a little bit of tension. Maybe one game, not so much, but when you're starting together 2, 3, 4 straight games, 4 matches, if you will, that can maybe get a little bit tense. But now they kind of got the monkey off their back, if you will. Here's Brightsman on the attack again. Coming in near side, trying to get a setup here, running after it, had it poked away, still working, Mason Benedict. Now another centering pass, was looking for Brightsman. Just couldn't quite get it to go. Excuse me, that was actually Quentin Barnes. Number 12, Barnes still working at it here. Now to Garrison Sontag. He'll put a boot into it and right into the chest of Wilson. So much like Franco was getting looks, balls coming his way on the other end for the Chieftains as their goalkeeper. Now it's Wilson that's been getting some shots on goal. Aggressive defense there for Lachlan McGray, keeps the Chieftains in control for the time being. Brightsman surveying his options, will come in the middle, looking for Sontag. He has it wrestled away, poked away finally. Able to get it away, Noah Wilson for the Cyclones. As Ottawa will look to answer here and break and maybe tie it back up at 1 apiece. We'll see. player hit the deck is Lob. He gets up okay. McRae trying to direct some traffic and will try to go up the field with it. It goes off the back of Alex Stitt. And the ball goes out of play, and it looks like both teams will make substitutions here.
Number 16, Leighton Combs Manning.
As for Ottawa, Leighton Combs Manning, number 16, will check back in. Check into the match, I guess I should say, just under the 23-minute mark. A little over halfway to go here in this opening half of this match. One boomed high in the air. Is going to come down at around the 40. Fighting for it cleanly, of course, coming away. Jackson Albert for the Chieftains. As Brightsman will feed it. Finds Benedict. Up the field he goes, and no one that will be attempted to be cleared out by the Cyclones. Brightsman, Benedict again. Fighting off Jake Randall, one of the captains of this Ottawa squad, and he is successful in that attempt as it clears out over on the other side of the field, goes out of bounds, but Chieftains still able to recover it. Now it goes out of play. We'll still be here with the Cyclones as they throw it in. Couple of ricochets here. Here's a shot, and Franco able to deflect it. Took him down to his left knee, but he clears it and takes control. That was a pretty good looking shot over there towards the middle from pretty good distance as well. Not enough to get by Franco, however. Another one in the middle, waiting off the shin of McRae. Getting in the window of Randall, not letting him get a shot off there. Wanting to throw it in, and he does. Has lob, and now whistles will stop an infraction against the Chieftains there. So again, our first soccer matchup here in 2025 on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk here with you. Denny will be back on the call tomorrow night for Friday Night Lights football on the road at Paola. We got one more regular season soccer match that we'll be covering on here, and that'll be, I believe, Tuesday, October 14th, if that date sounds right in my mind. That'll be a home match here against Baser Linwood. That'll also be off of Friday, October 10th, where the Chieftains will take on the Bobcats on the football field. We'll be back here that following Tuesday for a soccer match. I always say this to everybody. We always look and eye to see where postseason matchups will be. If any postseason matchups are here at home, we will be here to cover those. And if they're at a venue where we're allowed to go to, then we'll be there to do those as well. So this match here tonight, Tuesday, October 14th against Baser Linwood, and then any pending playoff matches, we'll just have to wait and see once the brackets and standings, all that are finalized, and we'll just go from there. But it's always good. I always like to throw out the THS Soccer YouTube channel, Tonganoxie High School Soccer channel. They are at every single game. They live stream every single game. No commentary, but they do live stream it, and I tip my cap to them because that's a great resource to be able to watch this soccer team when they're out, road, home, doesn't matter. They follow them all the way around and don't want to take any viewers away from them either. So always good to the great job done by the managing staff and everybody here that get the Tonganoxie High School Soccer YouTube channel up and running. They also are carrying the live stream of this match here tonight. So you had a couple of substitutions there. Pavel Leva back in for the Chieftains, as is Isaiah Manis. So a pair of substitutions there for head coach John Orndorff. Also in another year here, entrenched within the high school and the community. He's taken the helm over here at this soccer team for quite a while now. It's been a better part of our years here at Tonganoxie Sports Live, to say the least. He's done a great job with the program, trying to get them turned around to be back into, you go back to like mid-2010s, that 2013, 2014, 15 window. This Chieftain Soccer Club, they were one of the perennial powerhouses in all of 4A, right up there with like the Bishop Miege and Maranatha and a couple of these other squads that some contact there, and another easy one from Franco to be cleared out. That was back in those days in the mid-2010s where they were playing over across the street at the park. It was Chieftain Park, playing on the natural grass surface there. And now ever since they've had this turf field installed here at about the 2019-2020 season, they've had all the soccer matches here, multi-use surface, so always great to see here. Here's another chance for Brightsman. Puts a boot into it and just outside. Had another good look at it. Was trying to go that low left-hand corner. His first goal came up in that top right-hand corner, trying to go low left that time, and just barely missing out on that one, as the goalkeeper, Court Wilson, might have been able to get a finger on that too to deflect it out of play to keep it out of the net. As the clock is going to stop here, 17 minutes, 56 seconds, as here we might have had a Cyclone injured up there on that last exchange. Coming back over to the bench, it's number 13, Noah Wishin. Hoping that everything's okay with him. Here we come, back in action here. Two halves, 40 minutes apiece. More whistles continue to blow over on that far side, and someone's got to track down that loose ball, and they do. Waiting for the Ottawa throw in here. Now we are given the green light. Chieftain defense so far tonight, they've been really stingy, no doubt about it, as an official's going to hit the deck here. And see, now if the ref was really funny, he would get up and put a yellow card up in the air. That's what would be good humor. But don't see that all too often, at least in my experience of watching soccer. Don't ever see the officials take a tumble to the turf like that, but he took it like a champ. All arms extended out, going down on his belly. It's like the penguin style. Falling down with grace. Throw in on the far side. High in the air, off the head. Batted around. It was eventually Manis that will just kick it out of bounds. Another throw in looming here for the Cyclones. Up in the air, coming towards the middle. And 1-0, in case you're just now joining us. The lone goal from Jamison Brightsman of the Chieftains. He had another good look just a few moments ago that could have made it 2-0, but it was just offline and to the left of the near side post. It stays 1-0, or 15.5 till half, and good crowd again on hand here tonight, enjoying the weather, not enjoying the mosquitoes, however. They are out in full force. Man, have to make some adjustments here at halftime to try to avoid these little critters. This is maddening inside of here. And they were not here like 30 minutes ago. They showed up right around close to the start of this match. But I don't know. A lot of fans kind of up in the bleachers towards us, starting to congregate back towards the middle, trying to clear out as mosquitoes fighting for this territory. Usually here in baseball, it's usually bees that every now and then bees will just kind of take over a dugout, get a hive going and a swarm. And where you see the funny players, the videos of the players kind of getting down on the floor and out on the field, avoiding the swarm of bees or whatever. But I don't know. I guess for soccer, it's mosquitoes. At least here in Tonganoxie, it is. Another one scooped up here by Franco. There's some contact there. Chieftain player hitting the deck. I believe it was Manis, as he was looking over to the official and saying, hey, what gives? Thought that there definitely should have been a whistle blown in there, or at least some penalty or infraction. But that was not the case there. Another one out of bounds. Chieftains still in control. Also new into the game for the Cyclones, Quincy Lewis, number 39. Right at midfield, clear back, and Cyclones have not had many opportunities tonight, just maybe 2 or 3 looks as a decent shot on goal. Outside of that, the Chieftain defense has done a great job of shutting them out. Goodness. Spotted at the 42 in a line drive that ricochets off an Ottawa player. And knowing how much Lachlan McRae can really get behind one of those two, that's really got to hurt, taking that clean ricochet off of your back or your arm or leg. That's exactly what happened there for Ottawa. Cody Lobb back in for the Chieftains and Josiah Mitchell back in for the Cyclones as we get the double substitutions in on the field here. 12.5 and change until halftime. White Birch Properties Realty Executives halftime show. We'll break down the action here in the first half. Just that lone Jamison Brightsman goal has the difference in this match. 1-0 in favor of Tonganoxie. It broke the streak of, after taking the last 3 matches of being outscored 4-0, 2 of those being 0-0 ties for the Chieftains. They got on the board early here, have held on. Would love to add on another one here before halftime. Still got about 12 minutes to do it. Another chance for Wilson. Another solid boot, good distance off the head of McRae. A shout out to Lachlan McRae, his 18th birthday today. Happy birthday, Lachlan. Glad we could be here to cover your birthday match right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Here's the man of the hour, trying to cross it over and poked loose for a moment. Back in control for the Chieftains. Trying to find it back to Benedict, but he wasn't quite ready for it. A little too far ahead, out of play. Chieftains find a way to hold on to this 1-0 advantage right now all the way to the final whistle. They'll pick up their second outright win of the season. We'll take them to 1, 2, and 2. Should be 2, 3, and 2. There it is. It just has to feel good to get that goal, seeing the ball going into the back of the net off the boot of Brightsman just about 10 minutes into this match. Trying to tie it up, not going to happen. Another easy scoop for Franco. Near side, booting it up. Wilson is there. Just barely got a boot on it. Still a chance here for the Chieftains. His teammate comes and clears it out. It's always kind of the doomsday thing with those goalies. They come that far up and out of the box, and if they happen to miss on that, then it's just kind of like one massive scramble with the box being just kind of like an empty net in hockey pretty much. That's exactly what it's like. No one's there to protect it. Just get a boot and try to kick it in the general direction of the goal and let it roll and try to score it there. So it's always when you're the goalie, when you're the goalkeeper, when you're coming out to do that, you better make sure you get the boot on it or scoop it up if you're not 100% confident. It's just getting that swinging kick into it to get it down the field. Or whatever you can. Great deflection there. Great defense continuing tonight for the Chieftains. I believe Sontag was the one that got a piece of that. Under 10 to go until the half. Quentin Barnes, number 12, will check in for Tongi. As to see who he brings out, it looks like Thaddeus Hillman, number 27. Continuing to bounce around. Now the Chieftains starting to get it up, but right back into the zone for Ottawa. Well, contacted to the back of the man down there, Isaiah Manis, but he keeps control of it. Here's some potential trouble here as McRae just trying to box his man out, and Franco eventually comes and scoops it up, and now a Cyclone is down in the turf injured. Bill Foltz was down there as he and McRae, I mean, that was a physical kind of one-on-one. McRae trying to box him out like basketball style to keep that from being a potential goal opportunity for Foltz, and now they will call on the training staff as Foltz will get tended to as he gets himself back up to his feet, trying to walk off. And I'm going to say, let's let the trainers come out and take a look at you. With that, 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first half. We'll step aside for a quick timeout here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
So Foltz, I mean, again, it wasn't anything major. He's up, walking off on his own power, which is great to see, and under the great care of the medical staff of Hall of Fame athletic trainer Mark Padfield and his staff here at LMH Health. LMH Health, new proud sponsor, one of many proud new sponsors with us this year, and Tonganoxie Sports Live, the 2025-2026 school year. Appreciate all the love and support from all of our sponsors, as always. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be able to provide this free sports coverage platform for all of the members, the student athletes, the high school, and the community. Chieftains still holding on to this 1-goal lead. Under 7.5 to go now as Foltz continues to get looked at over there on the bench and making sure that he is okay. Might sit out the remainder of this first half, maybe. We might see him back into the second half. We'll have to wait and see as Padfield and the rest of the training staff, again, they're continuing to fight these little, we've determined it's not mosquitoes we're being swarmed by, it's just these little, like, I guess gnats is the only thing I can really think of, although I didn't think, can gnats bite you? I didn't think gnats could really bite. I don't know. It's us here in the booth, it's everybody in the stands, and it's even the players over on the benches. They're continuing to kind of swat them away with their jerseys and towels, and this is turning into quite a little sideshow here for this match tonight. Find the center, able to get the pass through, but the other one coming back to the near side can be taken away. Quentin Barnes, good defense there. As that one's just too far and away for Cody Lobb to try to track down. And as we're right now, 7:07, we're just under 24 hours away. Kickoff of our next football broadcast on the road tomorrow at Paola. Join Denny and I on the call. Pre-game coverage starting at 6:30. Here's a collision as Wilson came out of nowhere, ran over one of his teammates and a Chieftain as well. Oh my goodness. Trying to say that ball was fair game. Official disagreeing there. It was Quentin Barnes, the man that got ran over for the Chieftains. He gives the thumbs up to his bench and the fans, saying, I'm okay, all good. But my goodness, Court Wilson came out of nowhere trying to take charge of that ball. Ran over, along with Barnes, ran over one of his own teammates and eventually saying to clear it out. God, don't see that all too often, I would say. Spin back towards the center, finds Manis. Now kind of stretch it on the far side. Chieftains kind of just playing a game of keep away. Now Brightsman gonna go full throttle here. Able to get by one defender. Beautiful pass, lob here on the near side, coming back towards the center. A centering pass, and nobody's home to receive it. Still fighting for it. Small clear out. Here's a boot. Wide right. That was a beautiful pass from Brightsman to feed it up and away to lob. He had a bunch of real estate to work through. Elected to pass it back towards the center, trying to get a better look on goal. But nobody was just home for the Chieftains. As this clock will run, and once Wilson put the boot into it off the substitution, under 4 to go till half. Jackson Weedle will be the one to catch a break for the Chieftains. Here's the boot from Wilson. Brings it back close to midfield. Precise passing, got to work it through the crowd here. Now Lob trying to turn on the boosters, take it away from the Cyclone, and he does. How about that from Cody Lob? Back towards the center he goes. Closest one to it, Jackson Albert. Reeled in on that far side. Brightsman continuing to dance around with it. Here's a shot, and it was a worm burner. It's going to be scooped up by Wilson. Good shot nonetheless. Sparked up a couple of kind of tire rubber pellets on its way here on the artificial turf surface that we play on here at Beatty Field. Look at Sontag now showing off the moves here. Has it poked away, takes the Cyclone defender down with him. Ugly collision there. Sontag ran right into Andrew Huffman. He kind of got his arms around him. Foley brought him on as a tackle. Well, yeah, it was Barnes that went over to check immediately on Huffman when he got up and tapped him on the chest and said, hey, no harm, no foul. Just a little two guys going hard for the ball and collision with each other, and you fall down to the turf. That happens sometimes. Liked it with the official there to just kind of let that one go, let it be. Not necessarily pull out a yellow card or possibly worse on anybody. It's been a pretty chippy match from some soccer matches that I've seen personally. I know it's not necessarily like full-on rugby out there. You can't touch each other, but once bodies kind of start hitting the deck and maybe some flailing around, some selling, trying to get the calls, and that can always change. But that hasn't really been the case here tonight. It's been two physical teams hustling for loose balls, and they've been going at it. And they've been letting it play as well.
Substitution for the Cyclones, number 29, Alex Stitt.
Alex Stitt back in for the Cyclones. About 90 seconds left to go here in the first half. Allowed towards the goal, and Franco will just watch that one go out of play. Final moments here, maybe one more chance or two for the Chieftains to make a good drive, get it down in the attacking zone, and get another shot on goal. McRae will be the one to put a boot into it. Low line drive and be taken in with Chieftains there. Sontag fending off a couple of Ottawa defenders, and now Ottawa player hits the deck and whistles will blow, and there's our first yellow card. That's going to go against the young man, Grayson Sontag. So yellow card substitution. So again, to that point I was saying, it's been a fairly physical match here tonight. I'm sure the officials have been indicating to the players, especially for Sontag. That's probably the clear example there on after the last time where he took Huffman down to the turf, that they probably said, hey, you need to watch it, going to be keeping an eye on you. And as soon as he was in the area sending another Ottawa player down to the turf, that was an easy yellow card to call there. So one more for him, and he would be disqualified from the match. He's over on the bench right now. Coach Orndorff not liking the way he was playing out there. Gave him a couple of words. Goes in on the final 30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining.
McGray is still in control of this, bringing it up the field, past the 30, stops near the 35, up the way he goes to Barnes, off his leg and over to the bench. Now the Cyclones going to try to hurry here. Good clear out for the Chieftains, 10 seconds. Up the way it goes. No one's going to get to it. Court Wilson the closest to it, and he'll just let it roll, and that is how the first half comes to an end. So some fireworks there at the end with Garrison Sontag picking up the yellow card. But we go into halftime, 1-0. The Chieftains on the board with a goal from Jamison Brightsmith. We'll talk about the first half and more coming up in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show here on Tongi Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus, or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Here in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Dylan Funk here with you. It's 1-0 in favor of the Chieftains halfway through. Still got 40 minutes at least to play on the back half here. Once we get started in the second half in about 6.5 minutes or so. But really, with this 1-0 advantage, it's all been off the boot of Jamison Brightsman, who had a really nice goal where, I mean, you go back and you look at it, and it was one where He worked his way through multiple Ottawa defenders and was able to kind of get a centering pass off, and it was one that was cleared out, and it was right back in his direction. And I guess the Ottawa defender that was running alongside Brightsman on his right hip just thought that Brightsman was either going to re-challenge that ball once it was cleared out, or it was going out of bounds, or I don't know. But Brightsman was able to sneak around, get it, and had a pretty good look at goal, and he made do of it over on the near side of the goal on the left side of the football field, and he put it up in the top right-hand corner for the goal. He had another good look at it, too. Was close to making it 2-0, but it was just low and out to the left. Probably a good play from Court Wilson on it as well. But outside of that, it's been a really strong defensive match, I would say. I think for the Chieftains, you got Franco back there. He's seen a couple of balls come his way, about a handful of shots on goal he had to deal with, and was able to handle them all well, not letting any into the back of the net. Lachlan McRae and the rest of that defensive back line for the Chieftains, they have been solid all night tonight. In fact, with Lachlan, there was one play where it was really the only play for Ottawa where they were close to maybe tying it up, where it was Lachlan and Bill Foltz, the attacking man for the Cyclones, where they kind of got tangled up with one another, and Lachlan was boxing them out like in basketball, and allowed Franco to eventually scoop it up. We saw Foltz kind of get injured on that play, and we had to take an injury timeout. He got up okay, expecting back in the second half, hopefully. But outside of that, it's been, again, just a good defensive match, and expect that to continue on in the second half. With that goal, the Chieftains did break a streak of like 4 or 5 matches when they went scoreless. The last goal came in the 3-0 victory on September 2nd against Maranatha Academy. Outside of that, they've been shut out a couple of times. They've had a couple of 0-0 ties, and especially those coming within the past few matches. One against Spring Hill, the other against Eudora. Then last time out, they were shut out in a 4-0 loss out in Baldwin City in a matchup against the Bulldogs. So it feels good for them to get on the board here tonight. Looking to add on another one of 2 or insurance coming up here in the second half, trying to wrap it up and close out a home match win right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Second half action from Beatty Field is coming up next when we return.
More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it. Taste mouth-watering flavors in our new chicken bacon ranch pizza. Bring a crowd to feast on our 11 toppings mobster pizza. Pizzas with quality meats and a 100% real cheese, like our triple tasty seasoned sausage cravers pizza. Try favorites like pastas, calzones, sandwiches, appetizers, salads, and desserts. More toppings, more taste, more value. Gambino's Pizza. You're gonna love it.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Here we go, the start of the second half. 40 more minutes to go here, at least, on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk here with you. Brittany Funk running camera for us here tonight. Dennis Drennan, he will rejoin us tomorrow night on the road at Paola for the football game. The 2-1 Chieftains will take on the 2-1 Panthers. It'll be another exciting matchup within the Frontier League, no doubt. Well, we got this match here as both teams will swap sides of the field, and the Chieftains will open up with the first control. Trying to build on this 1-0 lead thanks to the goal. It came within the first about 10 to 15 minutes of the first half from Jamison Brightsman, one of the 8 seniors on this squad. We've been calling a lot of the seniors' names tonight, as you would expect. Go the Chieftains up on that far side, up on the attack, and that'll halt the play momentum for the time being. Expect more great defense here from the Chieftains and the Cyclones alike. You know, Ottawa outside of they had that run where Brightsman was able to score a goal. He was just off of getting his second, but from that point on, they pretty much held the Chieftains out of the attacking zone. As I say that here's a good feed up the way Wilson initially came out for it. Now has to retreat back, and the curling shot is just over the post and out of play. You know, could not have timed that any better after I'm giving credit to the Ottawa defense as Court Wilson, he came out of his box and started retreating back immediately. Carter Watson with a head of steam trying to get that one into the net, and he was oh so close, but just curled a little bit too high and over the top crossbar and out of play. So close, inches away from being 2-0, not even a minute and a half into the second half. And it's that kind of back and forth you got to have if you're a goalkeeper, knowing of if you're going to go out, you got to fully commit to throw that ball off its path. You saw Wilson initially doing that and realized at the last second that Watson was probably going to beat him, so he had to retreat back to the net, and that still kind of put him in this weird, dangerous no man's land. The Chieftains trying to clear it out here. They'll bring it back towards the goal. McRae is there and puts it in the sky for a moment. Right around the 46 it will land. So we haven't quite seen Franco tested like that, like like Wilson was just a couple of minutes ago. Here's some good weaving through defenders, trying to shake off Sontag, but he's able to take it away. Garrison Sontag, the junior, he's got to play a little careful here in the second half. He picked up a yellow card in the first, and if he gets one more, he will be disqualified the remainder of this match. Definitely one of the best hustlers out there to the ball and one of the more aggressive players for the Chieftains. So he's going to have to try to dial it back just a little bit, knowing that the officials are going to have extra attention on him, knowing he picked up that yellow card, as we just mentioned. Up the field, cleared out here for the Cyclones. And other news, the other battle out off of the field here tonight, we've been mentioning with these little kind of mosquitoes or gnats or whatever they are, they've died down for the time being, much to the chagrin of everybody here in the press box and the stands and on the field, but they have kind of taken a break now. It's kind of like a hydra. You swatted one off your arm, and all of a sudden 5 or 6 more popped up. It was just unbelievable. You couldn't shake them, but seems they have gone their way now, giving everybody a break here tonight. Cyclones trying to work it up the field, but a good header clears it out. Here's another try, but all over it. Tight defense again here from the Chieftains. It's a pass trying to get it up the field by a couple of players, and now Pavel Laveo will come over. Gray again tracking that one down. Very aggressive on defense. Laser beam up the field. Here's a chance if he can run it down, but Court Wilson comes out of the box and clears it out instead. So it looked like a prime opportunity for Thaddeus Houtman to try to make something happen there, but Court Wilson says not today, at least for the time being. Trying to clear it to Hillman again. In control in the center. Going to take a shot, let him rip, but it goes wide left. As the first substitution of the second half is going to come from the Chieftains. And Jackson Albert comes back onto the pitch. It was the starters tonight: Cody Love, Carter Watson, Jameson Brightsman, Isaiah Manis, Jackson Weedle, Lachlan McGray, Thaddeus Hillman, Pavel Leva, Silas Lungu, Garrison Sontag, and Ivan Franco. Those were your starters. Pretty much the same characters out there on the field for the second half as well. Now with the exception of Jackson Albert, who just checked in. Here's a chance here for Lob as it gets by. He's going to kick it across. Here is Albert, fresh off the bench, trying to peel it around, and it's cleared out. That will just set up a Chieftain corner kick. So let's see what they can have happen here. Carter Watson will be the one to set it up. Gets position. He'll come back in frame here in just a moment. Here he goes towards the center and kicked, but well high and out of play. Seeing a couple of goals come that way, a couple of headers in the middle. I go back to the open from last fall. Emery Weiser had a beautiful header on it was actually a throw-in, I believe, from Lachlan McGray instead of a corner kick. Now up the way we go. Cyclones with it. Good clear out. Dragging him down. Isaiah Manis able to get it out of bounds. Corner kick will come, but that was very nice job for Manis to work with him up the field, track him down, and get that one at least out of bounds to force the corner kick. What could have been a fairly easy shot on goal. One of the really easiest shots on goal that Ottawa has had tonight. Another one coming from the corner, line drive off a Chieftain. Out to about the 15, cleared out even more, past the 30 and on to the 40. Great job by the Chieftains to get that one out. Now Watson with the head of steam. Can he shake off one Ottawa defender? He gets it back towards the center. Might have been deflected. Cyclones controlling it once more. On the far side, missed it. Having to keep tracking it down. Chieftain defender right there, breathing down his neck. McRae gonna come away with it, sliding there at the end, still trying to knock it loose. Nice little spin move there, puts him in a blender. Seeing some more aggression here from this Chieftain defense, still Ottawa control. Shot on goal is in the side of the net, not the back of the net, the side of the net. Could be fairly deceiving to the eyes of us watching at home, but nice look, but just off to the left. As either Franco or McRae is going to put a boot into it. Looks to be McRae. Early contender for probably one of the strongest legs of this Chieftain squad, from my eyes, my observation. Still a chance here for the Cyclones. Here now, near sideline, booted out, a control from Watson. Still Cyclone ball. Here's the throw in, pending from Madison. Another shot on goal. Franco right in the chest. Close to the first 10 minutes of this second half in the book. Still a 1-0 Chieftain advantage. Here we come up the way. Cyclones been doing better of getting favorable shots off. There was another decent one, but Franco able to get it with both hands. He'll throw it in up the way to Albert. He'll let Watson track it down on the near sideline. Watson trying to get by an Ottawa defender. Now in control of Cody Lobb. Coming towards the corner, centering pass. How about that? A beauty, the assist from Cody Lobb. Sound the horn. As I believe Jameson Brightsman just collected his second. And it is. So right there from the go, that shot on goal from Ottawa and into the hands of the goalkeeper Franco. He gets it up the field. He finds Albert, who gave it to Brightsman, worked his way around a defender, found it to Cody Lobb, into the corner, peeled around that centering pass, and Jameson Brightsman has his second goal of the night at the 30-minute, 5-second mark. Have yourself a night, Jameson Brightsman. Tip of the cap, beauty of an assist. That centering pass from Cody Lobb to set it all up. And the Chieftain offense definitely has that confidence, maybe starting to get that swagger back too after looking at the past 3 matches. Shutouts, 2 ties, 1 loss. Looking to add on more here. Another Ottawa man hits the deck. As Lobb will have that one spotted out of bounds. Max Ficken clearing it out that time for the Cyclones. Boot high in the air. Sontag near it, brings it down with the noggin, trying to get it down. Brightsman, a couple of defenders around. He splits both of them with space. Brightsman, hesitation move. It's hard to win those 3-on-1 matchups there, as the Cyclones able to clear that one out. As can't blame him for Brightsman. He's been the sole offensive production tonight. 1 goal in the first half, and then the other one just a few minutes ago here in the second half. You might look for Ottawa, might try to put him in a trapping defense to keep him limited the rest of this match. Lob up and away, but will go out of bounds. Jackson Albert was the one he was trying to feed it to. Number 9, Josiah Mitchell checks in here for the Cyclones. Another pass. Going to go a little wide and eventually out of play on the far side. We appreciate everyone that's been joining along with us here tonight. Dylan Funk here on the call with you. Our first soccer match of the 2025 season on Tongi Sports Live. The second one. We'll recap it at the end of this broadcast here. We're our second soccer match. That'll be Tuesday, October 14th. Home match against Baser Linwood. It'll be our first time having a Tongi versus Baser broadcast outside of football or baseball here on Tongi Sports Live. We had a baseball game. I think we go back to the first initial run to states. That was that 2022 spring sports season. Covered a baseball game. That was at Baser Linwood. Denny and I were on the call for that. Of course, following that team all the way to their state championship game run, coming up just short against the McPherson Bullpups. So it would be the first of back-to-back state championships for the Bullpups. Always a good time when Tonganoxie and Baser Linwood gets together in a sporting event, match, game, whatever you want to call it. Old members of the Call Valley League that stretch from the early 80s. I think 83 was the first year of the Call Valley League, at least the first year that Tongi was in it, and then going all the way towards the fall of 2017, spring of 2018 school year. Since then, the Chieftains and Bobcats in many sports have continued to keep their rivalry going. In football, it's been rebranded as the 8 Mile Showdown. So the next home game the Chieftains will play here in coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow will be here at home against Baser Linwood. There's another nice crossover move here. Watson centering pass is muddled up, and you'll let it roll out of play for the corner kick.
Corner kick.
Watson will do the duties here on the corner kick. Maybe looking in the center, just find that crowd of bodies. He puts it on the ground, sets it up for the light touch, but it goes way high. I wish it worked like that, where you got a field goal in American football, then it could be 3 points, but that is not the case here in soccer. It's a lot harder than it looks too, seeing one that's coming in hot like that, and you kind of just have to put a little light touch into it, and sending it straight up into the air. It's pretty difficult to keep that one flat and on target towards the goal. I'm sure the Chieftains will get another try at it a little later. 15 minutes into the second half. Another great move up ahead through multiple defenders. Brightsman is off the top crossbar, and that one is high as well. So close to the hat trick, he almost had it. He was getting fitted and ready to check out at the Taylor. That's how close he was to that hat trick. Man. So close. Jamison Brightsman could be early contender for our County Road Brewing player of the game. Feed it to him again in the middle. Ricochet off a Cyclone. Chieftains will still keep in control. Brightsman feeding it, trying to find Albert. Another one that'll be cleared out. Ficken that time again, having to get it out for the Cyclones. So another corner kick here for the Chieftains. Much better in this second half of keeping on the attack, keeping the pressure on this Ottawa defense back on their heels. Watson will feed it in on the corner kick once again. Incoming line drive off the head, over the crossbar, both crossbars, if you will. And that one again goes out of play as Ottawa will continue to make substitutions. Jordan Jaworski will come back in. The second Jaworski on this team, head coach Roland Jaworski. Jaworski, a last name you don't commonly hear all too much, but I always think if you grew up watching ESPN or Sports Center back in the day, you remember Ron Jaworski, who was pretty much like an NFL insider, if you will. Played a couple of years in the league as well. They called him Jaws. They always would bring him on to talk, so it's really the only other place I've heard the last name Jaworski. Throwing down the field, Lachlan getting it down there for Watson on the right side, centering pass again. Another decent look. Whistles will come in, and the Chieftains, they might have a free kick coming. Centering pass spot on. Chieftain was run over there. And the Chieftains are going to have a chance here. As Cody Lobb looks like he will be handed the opportunity here.
Penalty kick by number 2, Cody Lobb.
So here's the penalty kick. Looking to make it a 3-goal lead. Whistles blow. Lob to kick. It's good! Third goal of the night, the first for Cody Lobb on a penalty kick. He joins Jameson Brightsman on the offensive production. Erupting here this Thursday night. 3-0, Chieftains with the lead. Good head bobbing music, I like it. So it was set up. Watson had the crossing, the centering pass. Lobb got ran over. The penalty kick ensuing, and Lobb able to put it in the back of the net. 3 unanswered in this match for Tonganoxie as we're just over halfway to go in the second and what's looking like going to be the final half, barring 3 unanswered goals from Ottawa. So you know everybody, the Chieftain players and the fans and the coaches, last thing they want to do tonight, particularly with a 3-0 lead, but the last thing they want to do is play another overtime match. Chieftains in firm control of this one tonight. McRae, another throw in. Whistles will stop it here. We'll reset. Clock continuing to run. We're getting close to that halfway point. Far side. That'll go out of play. So Brightsman, a goal. First 10 minutes of the first half. He scored his second goal at 30 minutes, 5 seconds here in the second half. And Cody Lobb just a few moments ago on the penalty kick. That is all your production in this one tonight. Nifty pass there. Watson up the field. Lobb going for it. Looks like Chieftains are offside.
Offside, Chieftains.
There you go. It's one of the things I enjoy doing. The more and more of these soccer broadcasts I do, it's more I kind of learned about the sport. Growing up, didn't really watch a whole lot of it. Of course, Sporting KC in the area, always like to follow what they were doing. Now the KC Current, like to watch what they're doing too. But always like watching the sport, learning about it, and doing it on the call too. This won't be ping-ponged around here. Ottawa still in control, and time is not on their side as we are over halfway through now. Down 3 goals, got to try to make something quick happen here. Again, this defense for the Chieftains, they've been smothering all night long. Lob through a pair of defenders. Now Albert trying to show off the speed, but another one that gets taken away, cleared out. Stays at this end with the Chieftains. Oh, that's close. And again, not too far from goal number 4 on the night for Tongi. Again, has it poked away.
Substitutions for the Cyclones.
They will hold that throw in. Both teams looking to make substitutions, or it was a double substitution for Ottawa, so letting them get their substitutions in here. It's been a beautiful night for soccer. It'll be a beautiful evening for football tomorrow. Kickoff expected to be around 75 degrees when we get things started down in Paola. Once the sun goes down, it might actually get a little chilly. You might need a quarter zip or a hoodie to bring with you if you're planning on making the trip down to Paola, watching the Chieftains take on the Panthers. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:30 right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Myself, Dennis Drennan, be back in the booth and on the call. Another chance, bodies hitting the deck, and Chieftains begging for a penalty, and they're not going to get one, and pretty surprised there. And Franco has had probably about the last 10-15 minutes of game time to just kind of take in the scene back there. That's exactly what you want your goalie to do, is not have to worry about anything coming his way. Just let him relax and watch the action as the offense tries to rack up these points. The one towards the center. Extra pass. Here's a chance. Oh, and he's denied. Trying to hit the bottom left corner. Great play from Wilson to stop it. That had goal written all over it. I believe Connor Watson was the one that had a chance to get on the board tonight for the first time, and he's denied. Figure the way that this Chieftain offense just been humming so far tonight that was going to be an automatic goal. Here's a shot on the goal for the Chieftains. It goes off the crossbar and out of play. So finally something having to come Franco's way to get his attention. So he just sees that one sail high, and he will hand off the kicking duties to Isaiah Manis, as Manis will look to put a boot into this. The Cyclones continuing to make substitutions here.
Substitutions for the Chieftains. Number 12, Quentin Barnes. Number 16, Jackson Wood.
Substitutions being made here for the Chieftains. Just taking a peek look ahead here on the schedule. Under 15 to go in this one. 3-0 lead for the Chieftains. They're going to be back on the road. They got back-to-back home matches again, which would make their it would be 5 of their last 6 matches being on the road. You go back to that tie against Eudora, 0-4 loss to Baldwin. They're here tonight against Ottawa, and then at Bonner Springs at Bishop Miege. That match against Bonner, October 2nd, and then October 7th against the Miege Stags. The Chieftains will have a week off. Be back at it at Bonner Springs a week from now, and then that following Tuesday, October 7th, on the road at Bishop Miege. That'll be a great test for this squad. Bishop Miege, one of the perennial 4A powerhouses in soccer. They'll be tested again there. We'll wrap it up back here at home, October 14th against Baser and Linwood. Before that, October 9th, they'll be home against Lewisburg. And then on the road at Paola, and then 2 final matches of the season here at home against Mauer Hill Academy and Topeka Seaman. Been a lot of stretches looking at the schedule, a lot of road game stretches for this Chieftain team. Maybe getting a home game or 2 here and there, but outside of that, it's followed up by 3 or 4 on the road. Franco able to handle that one nicely. As for the Cyclones, they'll be back at it Tuesday, September 30th. Still on the road at Baldwin, and then back home, back-to-back home matches, October 2nd against Lewisburg and October 7th against the Wildcats of DeSoto High School. Frontier League v. United Kansas Conference in that matchup. We'll just lob that one over to Franco, let him clear it out. Cyclones with it, trying to get by a pair of Chieftain defenders, getting great defense, picking his pocket, able to take it away. And I think for Leyva, he thought that was going to be out of bounds, and he picked it up, and everyone kind of looking around and saying, hey, that's a it's one thing I know the trademark of this sport is you can't use your hands unless you're a goalie. So here's a good clearing pass up ahead. Watson, he missed a gimme goal earlier. Will he take one here? It's deflected. Another good shot from Watson nonetheless. Here's Barnes. Had it poked away. Body's hitting the deck again, and a Cyclone is going to be slow to get up. Jig Randall, the captain, and he is slow to get up, and they might stop the clock here for injury timeout. No, now they help him back up. Might have tweaked that hamstring a little bit. Trying to get it stretched out here. Gives the thumbs up. Kudos to Randall, showing off the grit to stay in this match. Closing in on the 8 o'clock hour here in Tonganoxie, Kansas. Chieftains in control. It would actually be harder for them to lose this match if they allow the Cyclones to get on a streak. 3 goals to none and 11 minutes to go in the match. And looks like for the Cyclones might be coming close to pretty much emptying their bench out, giving their guys some rest. Another chance for the Chieftains, cleared out for the time being. Still fighting here. Here's some contact to get that ball back. Like to see that. Here's Brightsman. Extra pass, trying to set it up. Over there near the corner. It's deflected. That'll be Cyclone ball.
Substitution for the Cyclones, number 39, Quincy Lewis.
Yeah, be sure to stick around. The Brothers Market post-game show coming up in just about 10.5 minutes. We'll recap the action here, announce our County Road Brewing player of the game, and wrap up the broadcast here tonight. Give you guys a quick preview of the action to come tomorrow night, football game at Paola. All that and more coming up in a few moments in the Brothers Market post-game show. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. It's hard to believe looking at the football calendar. It's just a fall schedule as it is. It felt like yesterday was opening week for everybody, and now we're pretty much at the halfway point for everyone. After the game concludes tomorrow, football will officially be halfway through their regular season. Soccer's about halfway through their regular season. Volleyball the same, cross country with their meets, and it's kind of before long you get to that kind of mid to later October stretch, and you're going to start seeing sub-state regional assignments and playoff games. It's crazy. You blink and you miss it. Got an injury timeout on the field. We'll step aside here for a moment on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Family owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a 5th-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and insurance companies to ensure a smooth transition. They offer cutting-edge technological therapy treatments like focused shock waves and deep tissue laser therapy for more precise care to acute and chronic injuries. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Visit ptsolutions.ks.com for more information.
Back here out of the injury timeout, and for the Chieftains, it was Connor Watson, the one that was a little slow to get up. He's got a very visible limp coming over back to the bench, but with Pat Field and getting checked out, and everything's appearing to be okay. So the match resumes here, 9.5 till we go home. Chieftains going to send the home crowd happy here tonight. 3-0 lead. Looking to hold on to it here. Has got plenty of insurance, barring anything really catastrophic happening as far as defense kind of falling apart, but don't really anticipate that happening here. They've been in control from pretty much the opening goal. I mean, within the first 10 minutes of the match, Jameson Brightsman was able to get his first of 2 goals on the night, and then he got his second on a beautiful feed from Cody Lobb, and then it was Cody that got the 3rd goal tonight, who got it via the penalty kick. Good pass up the way. Chase Madison trying to chase it down, now coming back towards the center. Gold jerseys all over the place, and it's cleared out by the Chieftains. So it'll be very interesting watching this Tongi team. We just mentioned their upcoming schedule, the games that's in the very near future of what's coming up for them and down the stretch. And, we knew this defense was good, no doubt about it. As Lachlan will be called for offsides there. But, we knew what the defense had in store. They were able to hold oppositions pretty much scoreless or to 1 score. That 4-goal game they gave up against Baldwin, a little bit of the outlier, but Baldwin one of the perennial 4As. As far as boys soccer go, they had a great team last year, still a great team this year. But outside of that, it was just about this offense for the Chieftains. How do we get that sparked back up? They dropped their opening match 1-2 in overtime, and then they had the 3-0 win in the second. Outside of that, they were shut out. They were on a little bit of a slump. Go back to September 2nd. Now they've answered here tonight against the Cyclones, 3 goals, 2 for Brightsman, 1 for Cody Lobb. And how can they carry that momentum with them forward into these next matches to come and get on a run? All of a sudden, you string together a couple of wins. I know they were under 500 with a couple of ties coming into tonight, but you get a win here tonight, and you go out and you win 2 of your next 3, or 3 of your next 4, or all of them, and then all of a sudden you're right back into the mix. You're feeling really, really good about potentially getting a home regional match. We'll see. Another centering pass, another one cleared out. Under 7 to go. All the Cyclones want to do here, if they're bound to get no goals on the night, they just want to keep this 3-0 game right now and get on the bus, get heading back home to Ottawa. Take that ride about 45 minutes or so as the whistles will come in here. Hitting the deck for the Chieftains was Cody Lobb, and not really liking it. Noah wishing for the Cyclones, but it seemed pretty clear there as he kind of extended the arms. Lobb hits the deck, and as he was trying to battle that loose ball away. Jameson Brightsman will kick it in here. Still on hat trick watch. He just missed it on a goal that it was just off the top crossbar, and it was another nifty one where he weaved his way through 2 or 3 defenders, kept through, strong muscling of the ball, and just came up short. Now here's a shot. Oh, how about that? There it is. He gets that hat trick after all. Forget a centering pass. He says, I want to do it myself. Was talking with Coach Orndorff there before he got the whistle to kick it, and he said, why don't I just pull the trigger from here? And he says, why not? And there's officially the hat trick on the night. 6 minutes to go in the match, and Jameson Brightsman, have yourself a night. 4-0 advantage now for the Chieftains. It has been all Tonganoxie in this one. And as I would believe, I got to go back and look at our past soccer matches we've done here, but I believe this is the first Chieftain hat trick that we have been on the call for. And almost no one more deserving than Jameson Brightsman for all that he has done, his contributions and dedication to this club for the past 4 years. He gets it done here tonight. Under 5.5 to go. Another time hitting the deck, and a little aggression there, and a card is going to be handed out here, and it's just going to be a yellow. Chieftain fans still begging for a red card to be called here, but that will not be the case. They give that to Jeg Randall. It's been a frustrating night for the captain of the Cyclones team tonight, no doubt. Maybe some frustrations getting the better of him there towards the end. Clock is stopped, 5 minutes, 16 seconds. As they get everything sorted out here on the yellow card substitutions. As McRae puts a boot into this. All the way down the field, but just a little too far ahead of Brightsman, who I know it's 3 goals. It's a hat trick. If you get 4, I don't know. I don't know if it's got a. It's a heck of a night. You could call it that, but I don't know if it's got some fancy name for it or not. This is the kind of offensive night and production that the Chieftains, they needed this here tonight, no doubt about it. Cyclones now, maybe just trying to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. It's actually a double goose egg up there, 0-0s.
Substitution for the Chieftains. Number 27, Thaddeus Howland, and 34, Cyrus London. Substitution for the Cyclones, number 12, Carson Cunningham.
More substitutions being made here. Now at 4 to go.
Substitutions for the Cyclones.
They'll win tonight, presuming going to be a win. Seen some pretty crazy things happen in the world of sport, but under 3.5 to go now to rattle off 4 straight goals. That would be mighty impressive for Ottawa, but looking like the Chieftains will get their second win of the season. We'll move them to 2-3-2. As for Ottawa, as they were at 3-3-1 coming into tonight, trying to get back above 500, but that is not going to be the case, so they will drop to 3-4-1. As we're right around that kind of like halfway point, a little over perhaps, of the 2025 regular season. Lob, centering pass, skipped around. Still a chance here, and a diving effort by Wilson keeps it out of the back of the net. It's that kind of night on offense for the Chieftains where everybody wants to get involved. Everybody wants to get a shot on goal and trying to rack up the point total here. Definitely look forward to the next time we're back here. Tuesday, October 14th, the home match against Basler Linwood will be our second and final regular season boys soccer broadcast. If you enjoy watching Chieftains soccer, they do have a YouTube channel, Tonganoxie Soccer, where they live stream all of the matches without commentary, but they do live stream them every match, home, away, neutral site, doesn't matter. They follow along with them. The managers do a great job of running the stream there, so if you can't ever make it for a match or if we're not there to cover it, encourage everyone to tune in to Tonganoxie Soccer on YouTube. So we'll have it for the next match in a week from now on the road at Bonner Springs. Final efforts here for both teams. Another shot on goal goes wide out to the left. Jerron Herman, the last to take the shot there for the Cyclones. Another boot from Lachlan right near midfield. Misplayed on the first touch. Sontag now kicking it up the field, trying to track it down. Cyclone man hits the deck, and that'll be cause for the whistles.
1 minute remaining.
In final seconds, just ticking away here. Good night for the Chieftains, not so much for the Cyclones, as this, the time being, is going to wrap up a 4-0 match victory. Both teams still being physical here at the end. Now one that will be cleared out. That'll bring us under 30. Wilson out of his box, and he just got a touch on there late at the end to force that out of play. Corner kick could be coming here for Tongi. Now the question is, can they get something set up in enough time here? 10 seconds. And I think they're just going to elect to take this one in. And that's going to do, well, hold on. So the Chieftains were just trying to kind of kick it in and let the time run out. They stop it at 4.2 seconds. So now everybody has got to come down here for the Chieftains. It's an empty net. Even Franco's down here, so here we go. Centering pass, who could get ahead on it? And nobody can. And how about that to wrap up this match? Victorious for the Chieftains, 4-0. They walk away victorious here tonight. As we now go to announce our County Road Brewing Player of the Game, Jameson Brightsman. County Road Brewing congratulates you on being named the Player of the Game. County Road Brewing, rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie. Really no question, I think. Jameson Brightsman, he 3 of the 4 goals here tonight for the Chieftains and was so close. If he had a shot that was at 6 inches lower, he'd be having 4 of the 5 goals tonight for the Chieftains. But he still finishes with the hat trick nonetheless. He got his first about the first 10 minutes of the match, his second coming at the 30-minute mark of the second, and he had that one kind of free kick near the Chieftains out, right in front of the Chieftain bench from about 30 yards out or so. He put a nice curl into it and put it into the goal, and that was pretty much all the momentum tonight for the Chieftains. The only other goal coming from Cody Lobb, as he was able to find the back of the net tonight. Cyclones were shut out. Chieftains now move to 2-3-2 on the season. Cyclones 3-4-1 as we are getting close to October, about the halfway mark of the 2025 fall regular season. So as we take a look here, as we dip into our Brothers Market post-game show, first I want to give a special thank you and a shout out to all of our sponsors here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You're looking at every single sponsor for the 2025-2026 school year. Got a lot of sponsors that have been around for the long haul since we started 6 years ago, and some that are just joining on with us this year, some that are joining on from previous years. Nonetheless, we are glad to have everybody aboard, and without your support, we would not be able to provide this free sports live streaming platform for the student athletes, the high school, and the community. So thank you to all of our 2025-26 Tonganoxie Sports Live sponsors. So we got football tomorrow night at Paola. After that, here's what we got down the line here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As they actually, real quick, they're actually singing happy birthday. We mentioned it on the broadcast, the birthday boy, Lachlan McRae, 18 years old. No better way to celebrate. And your team getting the win, 4-0. What a moment there for Lachlan. So again, after Paola football tomorrow night, we're looking at next week, just football are on the road again at Bonner Springs. Chieftains should be looking to win their 3rd straight game there, hopefully, if everything goes right tomorrow night. More volleyball coming up on Thursday, October 9th. That's the senior night for the volleyball squad, home against Bonner Springs. And then we mentioned that football game against Basin Linwood, and then the soccer match that following Tuesday, October 14th, our second and final regular season soccer match. Good variety coming up down the road here in the near future on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and we appreciate everyone that joined along and watched with us here tonight on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll be back tomorrow night on the road at Paola. Pre-game coverage will start at 6:30 with myself and Dennis Drennan on the call. Brittany Funk on camera tonight. She will also be there as well. Appreciate your help as always. But that'll do it for us here tonight. We'll see you next time here on your home of the Tonganoxie Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage.